I think it would probably be a helpful place for me to kind of just give an overview in terms of what the book competition's about and how you guys can get involved. So sadly, Robbie, our communications manager, can't join us today. He's unwell, so he would normally kind of lead this. So you'll have to make do with myself. So hopefully, I do as good a job. But yeah, the book launch first and foremost is just a way of kind of spreading the word about the Academy of Real Assets to a wider audience. So obviously you guys, participate with us throughout the academic year, through either the youth network, peer-to-peer, networking events, and then obviously with our young people by attending events. So obviously your time and efforts is always much appreciated. So it's kind of a wider marketing activity, the annual book competition. And obviously, we hope that you'll join us at the actual annual event, which is going to take place on the 16th of July. So I think we've sent out a few save the dates now, so hopefully that's in your diary. But I'm sure there'll be more kind of comms coming, and keep warm activity in the coming week. So we'll give you all a kind of a hard copy and a digital copy of the actual book, which contains the student submissions. So you can obviously, read all the fantastic work that they've done. And then obviously kind of on the back of that approach us, about kind of getting involved in future events, or whether you want to kind of sign up, to kind of get involved in future kind of book launch competitions. But hopefully we're kind of capturing you nice and early at this point in late February to kind of be able to kind of very much kind of actively get involved in this year's competition. So on the whole, the theme of the book competition is going to be about thinking about the built environment. So it's a chance for kind of students to kind of think about that topic in a wider sense. And obviously it's kind of not a formal activity, academic activity. It's more kind of creative, and a fun, engaging topic for them to kind of get involved with. So obviously we've ran kind of numerous successful events in the past, and had, kind of numerous submissions from the students. And now we're kind of very much actively working with partners across London, and obviously expanding quite rapidly into various regions across the country, through the Midlands, the Northwest and Northeast, and potentially Scotland later this year. And, we're very much seeing schools incorporating this topic, into their teaching plans and kind of formal coursework and curriculum, which is really exciting to see that, our work is making such an exciting impact. And it's obviously giving them, the opportunity to kind of be very much kind of proud of their achievements, and it's bringing together the schools, the pupils and parents together to kind of celebrate those successes as well. And we very much kind of encourage the students who submit essays, or those who are maybe not submitting essays but they're interested in getting involved in future years, to actually come along to the event. And we'll also obviously extend that invitation to as many members as possible, who will obviously kind of use the event to kind of network and kind of maybe support them with future essay competitions as well. So I think your involvement as an industry member is just really pivotal as part of that process, to be honest. And it just makes things more accessible if you're actually involved in the book launch and you're able to kind of attend the event as well. And yeah, I want to kind of also talk about the opportunity for, members to actually get involved and submit an essay as well. So I think this is probably the opportunity for me now to just share the presentation. It's kind of just a high level overview. It's very short, to kind of it just covers what we've been kind of talking about, just kind of in a more condensed form. And if I've obviously kind of missed anything. So yeah, just looking at kind of previous years, these are kind of the top 3 topics that we've kind of covered over the last 3 years. And as I say, yeah, it's very much kind of the topic is around the built environment. So I'm going to just share with you, and hopefully this works in terms of the sound. I'm just going to share with you a short little video clip that was made from last year's event. So I'll just kind of share that now.
Academy is a members organisation made up of now over 70 big real estate firms, and the idea is to be a connection between students, and the real estate industry.
I felt accomplished seeing my work being published in a book.
I think there's something really special about, like, above the page number there's also your name, and they have these fun sort of like photos or themes in your essay.
I mainly wrote about the economic and environmental effect on cities in 2050.
If AI malfunctions, it could lead to like a data breach.
I was really focused on this sort of like more humanist kind of emotional reaction to the changes we're definitely going to see in the next 30 years.
What was so impressive was just the depth of vision, depth of knowledge, where they pick up all these little bits of just knowledge. Everyone in the audience listening to them was so impressed with it.
One of the highlights of the year is when the students arrive and they see for the first time a book with their name in it and their essay in it.
I felt really successful in the way that I really enjoy writing, and I think it's really good that now I've been able to get published.
I felt very proud of myself. I tried my best and my hard work paid off.
It's going to sound cliche, but just give it your best shot. Write what you think is right.
It's a good opportunity for everyone to take. I don't see why it shouldn't.
It's a great achievement, and it's something that will allow you to put that on your CV, and it will make you more attractive to potential employers because it'll show that you've demonstrated initiative. You will meet some really very decent, kind, well-connected people, all of whom want to help you.
Okay, hopefully that gives you a little flavour of our event from last year and some of the students and the members that were in attendance. So just to kind of just quickly flow through the presentation then. So the topic for this year is If I Built My Neighbourhood from Scratch. So again, this competition's open obviously to schools and organisations. So we obviously work with a number of youth clubs as well who are part of our kind of wider partnership across the country, and hopefully as we kind of scale further, we'll kind of be obviously hosting kind of mini book launch competitions in the future. And we're going to be very much kind of focusing on creative thinking and including kind of visuals as part of the book launch this year. So obviously, as well as written essay formats, we accept visual artwork as well. And then in terms of prizes, obviously, as I was saying before, we kind of produce a very high quality book that is kind of available at the book launch, and we'll kind of circulate that to our members and partners in digital form after the event. And then really it's kind of just chatting about how members can also get involved. So obviously we highly encourage that. So as I say, we've kind of shared quite a few teasers at the moment in terms of kind of comms and kind of timeline. Submissions are currently open to schools at the moment. So we would say that, you know, there's kind of 4 areas as to how you can kind of get involved. So engaging with your networks, obviously, you know, your peers, your colleagues within your firms, and obviously anybody else who you kind of work with within your industry, that would be great. And obviously, you know, just oh, sorry, I'll just let Theo in as well. And also, you know, we obviously submit members' essays alongside the young students who are applying as well. And then obviously using your platforms to help us promote the competition. So obviously, you know, visibility online through LinkedIn and sharing any of our comms is obviously really vital at spreading the word. And also, lastly, you know, you could maybe think about how your firm might be interested in kind of either hosting or sponsoring our book launch event, you know, to celebrate the young people's successes. In terms of kind of resources available, I think these were all hyperlinked in the comms that Robbie sent out recently. So we kind of put together an internal campaign pack. So that includes kind of posters, social media graphics and messaging templates, which obviously, you know, you're all welcome to share and kind of disseminate. And obviously within our internal team at the Academy, Victoria and I, you know, kind of your main points of contact for membership management. And then Rianne's obviously working on the partner side, and Stephen's obviously, you know, the head face of our company. And you can contact us at any time if you've got any questions about the materials or any questions and accessing, you know, the library. in terms of kind of connecting with the students. And we've also lastly got a dedicated web page, so we've just embedded the URL there, which obviously I'll share these slides around to all of our members, so you've got this information. And then really I'd like to kind of probably lastly just kind of hand over to all of you really to see if anyone's kind of got any questions, because I think that's basically the book launch in a nutshell, unless Stephen or Victoria have got anything else that they want to add.
Nothing from me, Louisa. I think you've got it all encapsulated there.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely spot on. Well done, Louisa, stepping in at very short notice to present that. Not easy. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of the little film. I'm always a bit embarrassed when I see that. I have to say, I can't bear hearing my voice like that. But it is an amazing event. Those of you that have been to it will know that. It's quite an emotional event, actually, when all the parents and the teachers and their school friends are there. But I really do encourage you all, at the very least, to come to the event. Put that in your diary, because it makes such a difference the more members we have there. And as Louisa has mentioned, historically, we have published a few members' essays alongside the students. And I think that does add something to the book, to have, if you like, the grown-ups' perspective on the topic and the students' perspective on the topic. And it does make for quite a very interested, balanced literary experience, actually, when you're reading different generations on the same subject. So if any of you or any of your colleagues fancy submitting, please do get involved. Equally, if any of your colleagues or you are keen illustrators, that would be cool as well. We'd love to have. We've encouraged short films and illustrations. We haven't had a lot of those in the past. I think people do think of it in terms of an essay, but by all means, get involved. We can't promise to put every single member's submission in, because the students will come first, but I'm sure there'll be room for some. And so please have a crack. But otherwise, thank you for all your attendance. And if you've got any questions or any thoughts, I'll sort of hand back to Louisa and Victoria.
So I think, just to clarify, Louisa, are you going to follow up with the links that you mentioned in your presentation? Okay, perfect. So we'll circulate those as well, so that you've got all the information about either how to get involved and obviously hopefully attend. So yeah, okay.
No one's got any questions? Okay, well, listen, I don't want to kind of keep people longer than they need to be here, because I'm sure you're all very, very busy people. So thank you so much for taking the time to join. And as I say, we'll circulate all the links and the resources, and feel free, to contact me at any point if any questions arise in the coming days.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Louisa. Well done.
Thanks ever so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.